My Betty gonna Hardy soon.
Out of here!
My Betty not gonna die.
Out of here! Out of my sight! Out of my... Oh my God. Dear child, will you wake? Will you open up your eyes? Betty, little one!
Uncle, Susanna Walcott's here from Dr. Griggs.
The doctor. Let her come. Let her come.
Come in, Susanna.
What does the doctor say, child?
Dr. Griggs, he bid me come tell you, Reverend Sir, that he cannot discover no medicine for it in his book.
Then he must search on.
Aye, sir. He's been searching his book since he left you, but you might look at natural things for the cause of it.
No, no. There be no unnatural causes here. Tell him I've sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and he shall surely confirm that. Let him look towards medicine and put out all thought of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. He bid me come tell you.
Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I pray for her.
Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about. You best go down and deny it yourself. The parlor's packed with people, sir. I'll sit with them.
And what shall I say to them? That my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing like heathen in the forest?
We did dance. Let them tell you I confessed it. But they're speaking of witchcraft, and Betty's not witch.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when I know you have not opened with me. What did you do with her in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle. And when you leaped out the bush so suddenly, Betty was frightened, and she fainted. And that's the whole.
Sit you down.
I would never hurt Betty. I love her.
Listen, child. I have no desire to punish you. That will come in its time. But if you have trafficked with spirits in the forest, then I should know it. For my enemies will, and they'll ruin me with it.
But we never conjured spirits.
Then why can she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate. It must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Do you understand I have many enemies?
Yes, Uncle.
There is a faction that is sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
And now, just now, in the midst of such disruption, my own house is found to be the center of some obscene practice. Abominations are done in the forest.
It were only sport, Uncle.
Abigail, I cannot blink what I saw, for my enemies will not blink it. I saw a dress lying in the grass.
A dress?
Aye, a dress. And I saw someone naked running through the trees.
No one was naked. You mistake yourself.
I saw it! Now tell me true. Not my ministry's at stake, my ministry and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abomination you have done, give me all of it now. For I dare not to be taken unaware when I go down before them.
There's nothing more, I swear, Uncle.
I have fought 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me. And now, just now, when there might be some good respect for me in the parish, you compromise my very character. I've given you a home, child. I've put clothes upon your back. Now give me an upright answer. Your name in the town is entirely white, is it not?
Why, I'm sure it is, sir. There be no blush about my name.
Abigail, is there any other reason you have told me for Goody Proctor discharging you? It troubles me that you are now 6 months out their house, and no other family has ever called for your service.
They want slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that. I'll not black my
No,
face for
I'll
you.
not have anyone. Fine. Goody Putnam, come in.
It is a marvel. It is surely a stroke of hell upon you.
No, Goody Putnam, it is.
How high did she fly? How high?
No, she never flew.
Why, it's sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over Ingersoll's barn. Come down light as a feather, he said.
Now look, you Goody Putnam, she never. Good morning, Mr. Putnam.
Oh, it is a providence. The thing is out now. It's a providence.
What's out, sir? What's?
Why, look you in. Her eyes is closed.
Why, that's strange. Ours is open.
Your little Ruth is sick too.
I'd not call it sick, Mr. Paris. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death. Death driving into them, forked and hooved.
Pray not. Why? How does your child ail?
She ails as she must. She never woke this morning, but she walks, hears not, sees not, and cannot eat. Her soul is taken surely.
Now they save Sid for Reverend Hale of Beverly.
A precaution only. He has much experience in all demonic arts, and
He has indeed, and found a witch in Beverly last year, and let you remember it.
No, they only thought it were a witch, and I'm sure there's no element of witchcraft here.
No witchcraft? Now look, you sir.
Thomas, I pray you, leap not to witchcraft. I know you least of all, Thomas, whatever wish so disastrous charge laid upon me. We cannot leap towards witchcraft. They'll howl me out of Salem for such corruption in my house.
Now look, you sir. I have taken your part in all contention here, and I would continue. But I cannot, if you hold back in this. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these buried children.
Thomas, you cannot leap to this.
And tell Mr. Paris exactly what you have done.
Reverend Paris, I have laid 7 babies unbaptized in the earth. Believe me, sir, you never saw more hardy babies born, and yet each of them would wither in my arms the very night of their birth. I have spoke nothing, but my heart has clamored intimations. And now, this year, my Ruth, my only, I see her turning strange. It is as though a sucking mouth is pulling at her soul. And so, I thought to send her to your Tituba.
To Tituba? What made Tituba?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
Goody Aunt, it is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I take it on my soul! But how else may we discover what person murdered my babies?
Woman!
They were murdered, Mr. Paris! Mark this for a sign! Mark it! Last night, my Ruth were ever so close to their little spirits. For how else now is she struck dumb? But by some power of darkness would stop her mouth!
Don't you understand it, sir? There is a murdering witch among us, bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will. You, sir, cannot blink it more.
Then you were conjuring spirits last night.
Not I, sir. Tituba and Ruth.
Now I am undone.
Oh, you are not undone. Let you take hold here. Wait for no one to charge you. Declare it yourself. You have discovered witchcraft.
In my house! In my house, Thomas! They will topple me with this! They will make an end!
Your pardons. I only got to see how Betty is.
Oh, and why aren't you home? Who's with Ruth?
Her grandma come. She's improved a little, I think. She gave a powerful sneeze before.
Oh, there's a sign of life!
I fear no more, Betty Putnam. It were a grand sneeze. Now that like it will shake her wits together, I'm sure.
Leave me now, Thomas. I shall pray a while alone.
Uncle, you've prayed since midnight. Why don't you...
No. I'll wait till Mr. Hale arrives.
Now look, you, sir. Let you strike out against the devil, and this very village will bless you for it. Come down, speak to them, pray with them. They are thirsting for your word, mister. Surely the least you can do is pray with them.
I have no stomach for disputation this morning. I will lead them in a psalm, but let you speak nothing of witchcraft. We know not yet the cause. I've had such contention since I came here. I want no more.
Mercy, you go home to Ruth. Do you hear me?
I'm,
If she starts for the window, call for me at once.
Yes, Uncle.
There is a terrible power in her arms today.
How is Ruth sick? It's weirdish, I know not. She seems to walk like a dead one since last night.
Betty, now stop this! Betty, sit up now!
Have you tried beating her? I gave Ruth a good one and waked her for a minute. Here, let me have her.
No, they'll be coming up.
Now look you, if they be questioning us, tell them we danced. I told them as much already.
And what more?
He saw you naked.
Jesus!
What do we do? The whole village is out.
What do we do?
I just come from a farm. The whole country's talking witchcraft. They'll be calling us witches, Abby.
They'll be calling us witches, Abby. She needs to tell. I know it!
We've got to tell. We've raised a hanging ever. A hanging that they done in Boston 2 years ago. You'll only be whipped for dancing and the other things.
Oh, we'll be whipped.
I never done none of it, Abby. I only look.
Oh, you're a great one for looking. Aren't you, Mary Warren?
Betty! Now, Betty, dear, wake up, it's Abigail. I'll beat you, Betty. Maya, you seem improving. I talked to your papa and I told him everything. I want my mama! What ails you, Betty? Your mom is Daddy Fairy. Let me fly to mama, I'll fly! I told him everything he knows. He knows everything, Lee.
You drank blood, and you drank blood!
Betty, you will never say that again.
You did! You drunk and tried to kill John Proctor's wife! You drunk and tried to kill Goody Proctor!
I say shut it, now shut it! Now look you, all of you. We danced, and Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's stepsisters, and that is all. And if I hear any of you breathe a word, or the edge of a word, I will come to you in the dark of some terrible night, and I will bring a pointy reckoning that is sure to shudder you. And you know I can do it. I saw my parents' heads smashed in the pillow next to mine, and I've seen some reddish work done tonight. And I can make you all wish you had never seen the sun go down. Now you, sit up and stop this!
What's got her, Abby? She's going to die.
I say shut it, Mary Warren!
Oh, I'm just going home now.
You foolish Mary Warren! You deaf! I forbid you leave this house, did I not? Why shall I pay you? I'm looking for you more often than my cows.
I only came to see the great doings of the world.
I'll show you a great doing on your ass one of these days. Now get you home. My wife is waiting with your work.
I must be off. I have my roof to watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor.
She's only gone silly somehow. Shook him out of it.
So she flies, eh? Where are her wings?
Oh, John, surely you're not believing that she flies?
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's bumbling witchcraft.
Oh, posh. We were dancing in the woods and my uncle did on us. She took Fridays off.
Dancing by moonlight. You'll be clapped in the stocks before you're 20.
Give me your word, John. The soft word.
No. No, Abby, I've not come for that.
You've come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly. I know you better.
Ooh. I come to see what mischief your uncle's brewing now. Put it out of mind, Abby.
John, I'm waiting for you every night.
Abby, you'll put it out of mind. I won't be coming for you more.
You're surely sporting with me.
You know me better.
I know how you clutched my back behind your house and sweated like a stallion whenever I come near. I saw your face when she put me out, and you loved me then, and you do now.
Abby, that's a wild thing to say.
A wild thing may say wild things. I've seen you then. I've seen you nights.
I've hardly stepped off my farm this 7 months.
I have a sense for heat, John, and there's a strong need to my window. Are you telling me you never looked up at my window?
Perhaps I have.
I know you, John. I know you. I cannot sleep for dreaming. I cannot dream, but I wake and walk about the houses, so I find you coming through some doors.
Child.
How do you call me child?
Abby, I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I ever reach for you again. Wipe it out of mind. We never touched Abby.
Aye, but we did.
Aye, but we did not.
Oh, I marvel at such a strong man to let a sickly wife be.
You'll speak nothing of Elizabeth.
She is blackening my name in the village. She's telling lies about me. She's a cold, sniveling woman, and you beg her. You let her turn you like...
You look for weapons!
I look for John Proctor. That put knowledge into my heart. I never knew what pretense Salem was, and I never knew the lying lessons I was taught by those Christian women in their covenants of men. And now you bid me turn the light out of my eyes. I will not. I cannot. You love me, John Proctor. Whatever sin you love me in. John, pity me. Pity me.
What did you do to her? Betty!
She heard you singing and suddenly she's up and screaming. The soul! The soul! She could have buried the Lord's name!
God forbid!
This is a notorious sign of witchcraft afoot, a prodigious sign.
My mother told me when they cannot bury her in the Lord's name. Oh, God.
Rebecca, come to her. You're lost, and she can suddenly not bury here in the Lord's name. There's heart sickness here, Giles Corey, so please to keep it quiet.
I've not said a word. No one here can testify I've said a word. She's going to fly again. I hear she flies.
Be quiet, man.
What have you done?
Pray. Be calm. I have 11 children, and I'm 26 times a grandmother. I've seen them all through their silly seasons, and when it come on them, they will run the devil bow-legged, keeping up with their mischief. I think she awakes when she tires of it. A child's spirit is like a child. You can never catch it by running after it. You must stand still. And for love, it soon itself will come back.
Aye, that's the truth of it, Rebecca.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth is bewildered, Rebecca. She cannot eat.
Perhaps she is not hungered yet. Mr. Paris, I hope you do not go in search of loose spirits. I heard promise of that outside.
A wide opinion's running in the parish that the devil may be among us, and I shall satisfy them that they are wrong.
Then let you come out and call them wrong. Are you our minister, Mr. Hale? Did you consult the wardens of the church before you called him to look for devils?
He's not coming to look for devils.
Then what's he coming for?
There be children. Children dying in this very village, mister.
I see none dying.
Pray, John, be calm. Mr. Paris, I think it's best to send Reverend Hill back as soon as he comes. This will set us all to arguing again in this society, and we thought to have peace this year. I think we ought to rely on Dr. Griggs in good prayer.
Rebecca, the doctor's baffled.
If so he is, then let us go to God for the cause of it. There is a prodigious danger seeking of loose spirits, I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves.
Oh, how may we blame ourselves? I am one of 9 sons. The Putnam seed have peopled this province. I have one child left of 8, and now she shrivels.
I cannot fathom that.
You think it God's work. You should never lose a child, nor a grandchild either. And we lose all but one?
When Reverend Hale arrives, you will proceed to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command Mr. Paris. We vote by name in the society, not by a creed.
Oh, I never heard you so worried on the society, Mr. Proctor. In fact, I don't think I've seen you at Sabbath meetings since Snow flew.
I have trouble enough without I come 5 miles to hear him only preach hellfire and bloody damnation. There are many others who stay away from church these days because he hardly ever mentions God anymore.
Why? That's a drastic charge.
It is true. There are many that quail to bring their children.
I do not preach for the children, Rebecca. It is not the children who are unmindful of their obligations toward this ministry. Where's my wood? My contract provides I be supplied with all my firewood, and I've been waiting since November for even a stick. And even in November, I had to show my frostbitten hands like some London beggar.
You are allowed £6 a year to buy your wood, Mr. Paris.
I am paid little enough without I spend £6 on firewood. The salary is £66, Mr. Proctor. I'm not a preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I am a graduate of Harvard College.
I am well instructed in mathematics.
Mr. Corey, you will look far for a man of my kind at £60 a year. I'm not used to this poverty. I left a thrifty business in the Barbados to serve the Lord. I cannot fathom it. Why am I persecuted here? I cannot give one proposition without a howling riot of argument. Sometimes I wonder if the devil be in it somewhere. I cannot understand you people otherwise.
Mr. Paris, you are the first minister ever did demand the deed to this house.
I am your 3rd preacher in 7 years. I wish not to be put out like the cat when some majority feels the wind. You people do not understand. The minister is the Lord's man in the parish. He's not to be so lightly crossed and contradicted. There will be obedience or the church will burn like hell is burning.
Can you speak 1 minute without me land in hell again? I'm sick of
It
hell.
is not for you to say what is good for you to hear.
I may speak my heart, I think.
What are we? Quakers? We are not Quakers here yet, and you can tell that to your followers.
My followers.
There is a party in this church. I'm not blind. There's a faction and a party.
Against you?
Against him. Him in all authority.
Why then I must find it and join it.
He does not mean that.
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I like not the smell of this authority. I have a crop to sow and lumber to drag home. What say you, Giles? He says there's a party. Let's find that party.
I've changed my opinion of this man. Mr. Paris, I beg your pardon. I never thought you had so much iron in you.
Why? Thank you, Giles.
It would suggest to the mind what trouble be among us all these years. Wherefore is everybody suing everybody else? I've been in court 6 times this year.
Is it the devil's fault that you cannot say you good morning without a man clapping you for defamation? You're old, Giles, and you're not hearing as well as you did.
John Proctor, I've only received £4 damages for you publicly saying I burned the roof
I
off
never
the
said
house.
no such thing, but I paid you for it, so I hope I can call you deaf without charge. Will you come, Giles, and help me drag my lumber home?
Oh, I'll be damned first.
Now, just one moment, Mr. Proctor. What lumber is it that you're dragging home, if I may ask you?
My lumber from out my forest by the river.
Oh, we are surely gone wild this year. What anarchy is this? That track is in my bounds, Mr. Proctor.
I bought that track from Goody Nurse's husband 5 months
Oh,
ago.
he had no right to sell it. It stands clear. And my grandfather's will. That all
Your
the land-
grandfather had a habit of willing land that never belonged to him, if I may say plain.
That's God's truth. He nearly willed away my entire north pasture, but he knew I'd break his fingers before he said his name to it. Come on, John, let's get your lumber home. I feel a sudden little work coming on.
You load one oak upon, you fight to drag it home.
I will win to Putnam, this fool and I. Come on.
I'll have my men on you, boy. I'll clap a writ on you.
Ray, someone take these.
Oh, Mr. Hale. It's good to see you again. My, you're heavy.
They must be. They're weighed with authority.
Well, you sure do come prepared.
We shall need hard study if it comes to tracking down the old boy. You cannot be Rebecca Nurse, can you?
I am, sir. Do you know me?
It's strange how I knew you, but I suppose you look as such a good soul should. We've all heard your great charities in Beverly.
Do you know this gentleman, Mr. Thomas Putnam and his good wife Anne?
Putnam, I had not expected such distinguished company, sir.
Oh, it does not seem to help us today. We look for you to come to our house and save our child.
Your child else too.
Her soul seems flown away. She sleeps, yet she walks.
She cannot eat, sir.
Cannot eat. Do you men also have afflicted children?
No, these men are farmers, John Proctor and
He don't believe in witches.
I never spoke on witches one way or another. Will you come, John?
No, John, I think not. I have a few queer questions of my own to ask this fellow.
Mr. Hale, I heard you be a sensible man. I pray you leave some of it in safety.
Will you look at my daughter, sir? She have leapt for the window and found her this morning on the high road waving her arms as though she'd fly.
Tries to fly.
She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. That is surely a sign of witchcraft afoot.
No. Now let me instruct you. We cannot look to superstitions. The devil is precise. The marks of his presence are definite as stone. We must only look for his proper signs and judge nothing beforehand. And I must tell you all, I shall not proceed unless you're prepared to believe me, if I find no such trace of helpless.
It is agreed, sir. It is agreed. We will abide by your judgment.
Good then. Now what were your first signs of this strangeness?
Well, I found her and my niece and 10 or 12 of the other girls last night dancing in the forest.
You permit dancing?
No, it was secret.
Mr. Paris the slave has knowledge of conjuring, sir.
We cannot be sure of that, Goody Anne.
I know it, sir. I sent my daughter. She should learn from Tituba, who murdered her sisters.
Goody Anne, you sent a child to conjure up the dead.
I'll not have you blaming me anymore, Rebecca. Not you. Mr. Hale, is it a natural work to lose 7 children before they should live a day?
7 dead in childbirth?
What book is that?
What's there, sir?
Here is all the invisible world, caught, defined, and calculated. In these books, the devil stands stripped of all his rouge disguises. Here are all your familiar spirits, your incubi, your succubi, your witches that go by land and by air and by sea, your wizards of the night and of the day. Have no fear now. The devil is truly among us. I mean to crush him utterly if he has shown his face.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot tell. She's truly in the devil's grip. We may have to rip and tear to get her free.
I think I must go then. I'm too old for this.
Why, Rebecca, we may open up the boil of all our troubles today.
I go to God for you, sir.
I hope you do not mean we go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Come, Mr. Hale. Let us get on with this.
Mr. Hale, I've always wanted to ask a learned man, what signifies the reading of strange books?
What books?
I cannot tell. She hides them.
Who does this?
My wife, Martha. I've waked at night many times to find her in the corner reading of a book.
Well, that's not necessarily...
It discomforts me. Last night, mark this, I tried and could not say my prayers. Then she'd get up and walk out of the house, and mark this, I could pray again.
Stoppage of prayer. That is strange. I'd like to speak further than that with her.
I'm not saying she touched the devil now. I just like to know what books she reads and why she hides them.
We'll discuss it. Now mark me, if the devil is truly in her, you'll witness some frightful wonders in this room. So please keep your wits about you. Mr. Putnam, stand close in case she tries to fly. Now Betty, dear, will you sit up? Can you hear me, dear? I am John Hale, minister of Beverly. We've come to help you. Do you remember my 2 little girls in Beverly?
How could it be the devil? Why would he choose my house to strike?
What victory would the devil have to win a soul already had? It is the best the devil wants, and who is better than the minister?
That's deep, Mr. Paris, deep.
Does someone afflict you, child? It need not to be a woman, mind you, nor a man. Perhaps a bird, invisible to others, comes to you. Perhaps a pig, or any beast at all. Is there some figure bids you fly? In nomine Domini Sabbath, sui feliciter firmus. Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing in the forest?
Why call it dancing is all?
I think I ought to say that I saw a kettle in the grass where they were dancing.
That were only soup.
Soup? What sort of soup were in this kettle, Abigail?
Why were beans and lentils, I think.
Mr. Paris, you did not notice, did you, any living thing in the kettle? A mouse, perhaps a spider, a frog?
That frog jumped in. We never put it in.
A frog? Abby?
We never put it in.
Abigail, maybe your cousin is dying. Did you call him the devil?
I never called him. Take your
called
She
him?
called the devil.
I should like to speak of Tituba.
Goody on, will you bring her up?
How does she call him?
I know not. She spoke verbatim.
Did you feel any strangeness when she called him? A sudden cold wind, perhaps? A trembling wind?
I didn't see no devil. Now, Betty, wake up, Betty, Betty.
You cannot evade me, Abigail. Does your cousin drink any of the brew in that kettle?
She never drank
Did
it.
you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Tituba ask you to drink it?
She tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
I never sold myself on a good girl line. I did drink at the kettle. She made me do it. She made Betty do it. She makes me drink blood.
Blood!
My baby's blood.
No, I give you chicken blood.
Woman, have you enlisted these children for the devil?
I don't drink with no devil.
Then why can she not wake? Are you silencing this child?
I love me, Betty.
You sent your spirit out upon this child, have you not? Are you gathering souls for the devil?
She sent her spirit on me in church. She often made me laugh at prayer.
She often laughed at prayer.
She comes to me every night to go and drink blood.
You begged me to God, she begged me to make John.
I'll tell you something. She comes to me while I sleep. She's always making me drink corruption.
Abby!
Sometimes I wake and I find myself standing in an open doorway and not a stitch on my body. I always hear her laughing in my sleep. I hear her singing her Barbados songs and tempting me with
Tituba, I want you to wake this child.
I have no power over this
You
child,
most
sir.
certainly do, and you'll loose her from him now. When did you compact with the devil?
I don't come back with no devil.
You will confess yourself, or I will take you out and whip you to your death, Tituba.
This woman must be hanged. She must be taken, and she must be hanged.
No, I did you, but I tell him I don't deserve the work, man.
Who? The devil? Now, Tituba, I know when we bind ourselves to hell, it's very hard to break it entirely. Now, we're going to help you tear yourself free. You would be a good Christian woman, would you not, Tituba?
I said a good Christian woman.
And you love these little children.
I don't desire to hurt little children.
And you love God, Tituba.
I love God with all my being.
Now, in God's holy name,
Bless him, bless him.
and to his glory,
Eternal glory, bless him, bless
open
him.
yourself. Open yourself and let God's holy light shine on you.
Oh, bless the Lord.
When the devil comes, does he ever come with another person, perhaps someone in the village, someone you recognize?
Who came with him?
Sarah, did you ever see Sarah good with her? Or Osborne?
Was it man or woman who came with him?
Was a woman.
A woman, you said. What woman?
It was black, dark, and I.
You could see him. Why could you not see her?
They're all just talking to carry it on.
Out of Salem? Salem witches?
I, sir, believe so.
Tituba, you must have no fear to tell us who they are. We will protect you. The devil can never overcome a minister. You know that, do you not?
I, sir, do.
You have confessed yourself to witchcraft. And that speak a wish to come to heaven's side. And we will bless you.
Oh, bless you, Mr. Hale.
You are God's instrument put in our hands to help discover the devil's agents among us. You are selected, Tituba. You are chosen to help us cleanse our village. So turn your back on him and face God. Face God, Tituba, and God will protect you.
Oh, God, protect Tituba.
Who came to you with the devil? 2, 3, 4, how many?
Number 4.
Who? Their names.
Oh, how many times did he mean to kill you, Mr. Fair?
Kill me!
He said, Mr. Fair is no good to me, man. Mr. Fair is mean, man. No gentleman. And when he rise out of bed and cut your throat. I say, no. I don't hate that man. I don't want to kill that man. But he said, you wait for me, Tituba. I give you pretty dress to wear. You go fly back to Barbados. I say, you lie, never you lie. He comes to me once for me night and say, look, I have white people that work for me. And I look, and there was Goody Good.
Sarah Good?
I said, Goody Osborne.
I knew it! Goody Osborne were midwife to me 3 times! I begged you not to call her, Thomas, I begged you! I begged you not to call her because I feared her! Each time, my babies would wriggle in her arms!
Take courage. You must give us all their names. How can you bear to see these little children suffering? Look at them, Tituba. Their souls are so innocent. We must protect them. Right now, the devil is preying on them like a beast upon the flesh of a pure lamb. God will bless you for your help.
I want to open myself. I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of Jesus. I dance with the devil. I wrote his book. I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Richard Bishop with the devil.
I saw George Jacobs with the devil. I saw Goody Howe with the devil.
She speaks, she speaks.
Glory to God is broken, they're free.
I saw Martha Bellows with the devil.
I saw Goody Cyber with the devil.
Marshall! I'll call the marshal!
The marshal bring arms.
I saw Alex
I
Moore
saw
with
Goody
the devil.
Hopkins with the
I saw
devil.
Goody Pike with the devil. I saw Mr. Barton with the devil.
I saw Goody Tom with the devil.
I saw Goody Franklin with the devil.
I saw Goody Hopper with the devil.
so late. It's almost dark.
I were planning far out to the forest edge. The farm's a continent when you go foot by foot dropping seeds in it.
Indeed, it must be.
On Sunday, let you come with me and we'll walk the farm together. I never seen such a load of flowers on the earth. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Indeed it is.
I think you're sad again, are you?
You've come home so late. I thought you'd gone to Salem.
Why? I have no business in Salem.
You did speak of going earlier this week.
I thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why do you let her? You heard me forbid her go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her. I forbid her go, and she raises up her chin like the daughter of a prince and says to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I am official of the court.
What court?
Aye, it is a proper court they have now. They've sent 4 judges out of Boston, she says. Weighty magistrates sit at the top of the court, and at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Why, she's mad.
I would to God she were. There'd be 14 people in jail, she says, and the court have the power to hang them too, she says.
It's a black mischief.
I think Mary Warren speaks of Abigail as if she were a saint to hear her, and if Abigail will scream or howl and call for the person's packed in jail, and they promise of hanging.
They never.
Court hanging promises hanging and will not confess it, John. I think you must tell them it's a fraud.
It is, surely.
But you go to Ezekiel Cheever. You know him well. Tell him what she said. She said it had not to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye, she did. She did.
God forbid you keep that in the court, John. I think they must be told.
Aye, they must. It is a wonder they do believe her.
I will go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Good then. Let you think on it.
I'm only wondering how I may prove what she's told me, Elizabeth. If the girl's a saint now, I think it is not easy to prove she's fraud. She told it to me in a room alone.
You were alone with her?
For a moment alone, I say.
Why then? It's not as you told me.
For a moment alone. The others come in soon after.
Do as you wish then.
Woman, I'll not have your suspicion anymore.
I have no.
I'll not have it.
Then let you not earn it.
You doubt me yet.
John, if it were not Abigail, you must go hurt. Why falter there? I think not.
Now look you.
I see what I see, John.
Woman, when will you know me? Were I stone, I would have cracked to shame this 7 month.
John, you're not open with me. You say you saw her alone in a room and now you...
I'll not have it. I should have roared you down when you first told me your suspicions, but I wilted, and like a Christian, I confessed. Let you look to your own improvement and judge me not.
John, I do not judge you. I only ever thought of you but a good man, only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze fear. How do you go to Salem when I forbid? Do you mock me? I'll whip you if you dare leave this house again.
I'm sick. I'm sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray hurt me not. My insides are all shuddery. I'm in the proceedings all day, sir.
And what of these proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house, as you are paid £9 a year to do, and my wife not holding well?
I made a gift for you today, Goody Proctor. I had to sit long hours in a chair and pass the time sewing.
Why is it fair, Poppet? Thank you.
We must all love each other now, Goody Proctor.
Indeed we must.
I'll get up early tomorrow and clean the house, but I must go to sleep now.
Mary, is it true there be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There'd be 39 now.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang, you say?
Aye.
The deputy governor will permit it?
He said this, sir. He must, but not Sarah Good. Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confess to what?
That she sometimes wrote her name in his black book with her blood and bound herself to torment Christians till God's thrown down.
But surely you know what a jabber she is. Did you tell them that?
Mr. Proctor, in open court, she nearly choked us all to death.
How choked
She sent her spirit out.
Oh, Mary, surely you...
She tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
I never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come into this court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she's so very old and poor and sleeps in ditches. But then she sits there denying, and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin of my skull begins to creep, and I cannot breathe air. And then I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it were my voice. And all at once I remember everything she'd done to me.
What had she done to you?
Mr. Proctor, many times she'd come to this very door begging bread and a cup of cider. And mark this, when I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumbled? She may mumble hungry.
Aye, but what does she mumble? I say to Judge Haythorne, and you must remember it. Last month, a Monday, I think. I turned her away empty, and I thought my guts would burst for the next 2 days. Do you remember it?
What? I do, but...
And so I said to Judge Haythorne, and he says so. Goody good, what curse do you mumble that this girl must fall sick after turning you away? And then she replies, why no curse at all, sir. I only say my commandments. Please allow me to say my commandments, says she.
And that is an upright answer.
Aye, but then Judge Haythorne say, recite for us your commandments. And of all 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments, and they had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her.
Why, they must when she condemned herself.
But the proof.
I told you the proof. Hard as rock, the judges said.
You will not be going to the court again, Mary Warden.
I must say, Mr. Proctor, I'm amazed you do not see what weighty work we do.
What work you do? It's strange work for Christian girls to hang old women.
But they will not hang if they confess. Sarah Good will only sit in jail for some time. Here's a marvel for you. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's near 60.
They had Dr. Griggs examine her, and she's full to the brim, and smoking a pipe all these years. No husband either. But be that not a marvel, you see, it's God's work we do. So I'll be gone for some time now, Mr. Proctor. I'm an official of the court this.
All official.
I saved her life today.
I am accused.
You are somewhat mentioned, but seeing as I live so closely with you, they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law, I cannot tell it.
Go to bed.
I'll not be ordered around anymore. I'm 18 and a woman, however single.
Do you wish to sit up? Then sit up.
I wish to go to bed.
Good night, then.
Good night.
Oh, the noose! The noose is up!
There'll be no news.
I knew all week it would come to this. She wants me dead, John. You know it.
They dismissed it. You heard her say.
And what of tomorrow? They'll pry me out until she takes me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John. You know it.
I say sit down. Now we must be wise, Elizabeth.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
Pray not. I will find Ezekiel Cheever, and I will tell him she said we're all spoiled.
John, with so many in jail, I think more than that is needed now. Favor me this. Go to Abigail.
What have I got to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There's a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent. A promise is surely made, and she may dote on it now, I am sure she does, and thinks to kill me, then to take my place. If there be 1,000 names, why does she call mine except there be a monstrous profit in it? She thinks to take my place, John.
She cannot think it.
Have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? You cannot pass her in church, but you will blush.
I may blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
And what see you, Elizabeth? What see you?
I think you be somewhat ashamed, for I am there, and she is so very close.
Elizabeth, I have confessed myself. I do not think of her any more. Let you look to your own improvement and judge me not.
Then go! And tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise she may since, break it, John, break it.
Good then, I'll go.
Oh, how unwillingly!
I will curse her hotter than the oldest cinder, and hell, fear not. But pray, begrudge me not my anger.
Her anger, I only asked you.
Am I so base? Do you truly think me base?
I never called you base.
Then how do you charge me with such a promise? A promise that a stallion gives a mare I gave that girl.
Then why do you anger with me when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit. But I am honest, and I'll plead no more. I see now your spirits twist around the single error of my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free. When you come to know it, that I will be your one wife, or no wife at all. She hasn't arrow in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it well.
Good evening.
Why, Mr. Hale, good evening. Good evening to you, sir.
Hope I didn't startle you.
No, it's only that I heard no horse.
You're a good wife, Proctor?
I, Elizabeth.
Hope not off to bed yet.
No. We are not used to visitors after dark, but you're welcome. Will you sit, Mr. Hale?
I will. Let you sit, good wife, Proctor.
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
No, rubs my stomach. Sit you down, sir. We'll not keep you long, but I have some business I need to discuss with you.
Business of the court?
No, I come of my own. Hear me, I'm not sure if you're aware, but your wife's name is mentioned somewhat in the court.
We are, sir. Our Mary Warren told us. We are entirely amazed.
I'm a stranger here, as you know, and in my ignorance, I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of those that come accused. So this afternoon, now tonight, go house to house. I just come from Rebecca Nurse's house, and she...
Rebecca's charged?
God forbid such a one be charged, but she has mentioned something.
You'll never believe I hope that Rebecca trafficked with the devil.
Woman, it is possible.
You cannot think so.
It's a strange time, mister. No man may longer doubt that the powers of the dark are gathering an attack upon this village. There's too much evidence now tonight. You would agree, sir?
I have no knowledge of that mind, but it's hard to think such a pious a woman be secretly a devil's bitch after 70 years of such good prayer.
The devil is a wily one, you cannot deny it. She's far from accused. I know she will not be. So I thought, sir, to put some questions to the Christian character of this household.
We have no fear of questions, sir.
Good then. Now in the book of record that Mr. Paris keeps, I note you're rarely on church on Sabbath day.
No, sir, you're mistaken.
Only 26 times in 17th month. I must call that rare. Here, tell me why?
Mr. Hale, I never knew I must account to that man, for I come at home where if I go to church or stay home. My wife were sick this winter.
So I am told. But you, mister, why could you not come alone?
I surely did when I could, and when I could not, I prayed in this house.
Mr. Proctor, your house is not a church. Your theology must tell you that.
It does, sir. But it tells me that a minister may pray to God without he have golden candlesticks upon the altar.
What golden candlesticks?
Since we built the church, there were pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse made them, and a sweeter hand never touched the metal. But for 20 weeks when Paris came, he preached nothing but golden candlesticks. I labor from dawn of day to blink of night, and I tell you true. When I look up to heaven, I see my money glaring at his elbows. It hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer. I think sometimes the man dreams cathedrals, not clapboard meeting houses.
And yet, mister, a Christian on Sabbath day must be in church. You have 3 children?
Aye, boys.
How come only 2 are baptized?
I like it not that Mr. Paris may lay his hand upon my baby. I see no light of God in that man, I'll not conceal it.
Mr. Proctor, I must say it. That is not for you to say. The man's ordained, therefore the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hill?
No, I have no.
It may be I've been too quick to bring the man to book, but you cannot think we ever desired the destruction of religion. I think that is in your mind, is it not?
There's a softness in your record, sir, a softness.
I think we have been too hard on Mr. Paris. I think so, but we surely never loved the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life. I am a coveted Christian woman.
And you, mister?
I'm sure I do, sir.
Let you repeat them, if you will.
The commandments?
Aye.
Thou shalt not kill.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Thou shalt have no other God before thee. Thou shalt remember Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt honor thy mother and father. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You have said that twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, between the two of us, we do know them all. I think it be a small fault.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. Though crack in a fortress may be accounted small.
But there be no love of Satan in this house.
I pray it, and I pray it dearly. Well then, bid you both good night.
Mr. Hale, I can't help thinking you're suspecting me somewhat, are you not?
Goody Proctor, I do not judge you. It is my duty to add what I may to the godly wisdom of the courts. I wish you both good health and good fortune. Good night, mister.
John, I think you must tell him.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no proof for it, except my word be taken. But I know the children's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft.
Not to do.
They were sporting in the woods, and Mr. Paris discovered them there.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail.
She told me the day you came, sir.
Abigail Williams said not to do with witchcraft.
Aye.
What? Why did you keep this?
I never knew until tonight that the world's gone daft with this nonsense.
Nonsense? Mister, I myself examined Sarah Good, Titchba, and numerous others who have confessed to dealing with the devil. They've confessed it.
And why not, if they hang for denying it? There are them that will swear to anything before they hang. Did you ever think of that?
I have. I have. And you would testify this in court?
I had not reckoned with going into court, but if I must, I will.
A falter there. I think you must be.
I falter nothing. But I may wonder if a court will trust my story. When a minister as steady-minded as you will suspicion a woman that never lied. She cannot lie, and the world knows it. I may falter somewhat, mister, I am no fool.
Proctor, let you open with me for a second, for I've heard a thing that troubles me. It is said you hold no belief that there may even be witches in the world.
I know not of what I have said. I may have said it. I've often wondered if there be witches in the world.
But you surely do believe there are witches in the Bible.
The Bible speaks of witches, and I will not deny them.
And you, woman?
I cannot believe it.
You cannot.
Elizabeth, you bewilder him.
Mr. Hale, I cannot think the devil may own a woman's soul when she is kept in an upright way as I have. I am a good woman, I know it. And if you think I do good work in this world, but yet be so secretly bound to Satan, I say I cannot.
But you surely do believe there are witches in the Bible. The Bible tells you there's witches.
If you think I am one, then I say there are none.
But you do not fly against the gospel.
She
The gospel.
believed in the gospel, every word, sir.
Question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
She do not mean to doubt the gospel, sir. This is a Christian house. A Christian house.
God keep you both. Let the third child be quickly baptized, and go you without fail each Sunday to Sabbath prayer. Keep a quiet, solemn way among you. I think it's probably best for them.
John,
Giles, what's the matter?
they take my wife and Rebecca Nurse.
Rebecca's in the jail.
John Cheever come to take them in his wagon. You've only now come from the jail. They'll not even let us come to see them.
Oh, they've surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Can't you speak to the deputy governor right now? I'm sure he mistakes these people.
Pray be calm a moment, Mr. Nurse.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of this church, Mr. Hale, and Martha Corey. There was no woman closer to God yet than Martha.
How exactly is Rebecca charged?
For murder she's charged. For the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Believe me, sir, if Rebecca be tainted, there's nothing stopping the whole green world from burning. Let you rest upon the justice of the court, and the court will send her home. I know it.
You cannot mean she'll be tried in court.
How may such a woman murder children?
Man, remember until an hour before the devil fell, God thought him beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife were a witch, Mr. Hale. I only said you were reading books.
Exactly what complaint were made on your wife, Mr. Corey?
How bloody mongrel Wolcott charged her, do you see? He bought a pig of my wife 4 or 5 years ago, and the pig died soon after. So he comes dancing in for his money back, and my Martha says, Wolcott, if you haven't got the wit to feed a pig properly, you'll not live to own many. So now he goes to court claiming he can't keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks because my Martha bewitched him with her books.
Good evening. Good evening to you, John Proctor.
Good evening, Mr. Cheever.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Mr. Hale.
I hope you're not here on business of the court.
I do, Proctor. I'm clerk of the court now, you know.
It's a pity, Ezekiel, that an honest tailor like you might have gone to heaven, but you'll burn in hell! You'll burn for this, do you know it?
You know yourself I must do as I'm told, Giles. You surely know that. Now, Proctor, how heavy be the law and all its tonnage I do carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
What? What say you? A warrant for my wife? You said she were not charged.
I know nothing of it. Where was she charged, Mr. Cheever?
I'm given 16 more tonight, sir, and she is one.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams.
Abigail Williams. On what proof? What proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I like not to search a house. So will you hand me any poppets that your wife may keep?
Poppets?
What? I never kept no poppets. Not since I were a little girl. I spy a poppet, Goody Proctor. Oh, why this? It's Mary's. Will you please hand it to me? Has the court discovered a text on poppets now? Do you keep any others in this house?
No, nor this one until tonight. What signifies a poppet?
Why, a poppet may signify... Now, woman, will you please come with me?
She will not. Elizabeth, fetch Mary here.
No, I am forbid to leave her from my sight.
You will leave her out of sight and out of mind, mister. Elizabeth, fetch Mary.
What signifies a poppet, Mr. Cheever?
It may signify... Why, this!
What's there?
It is a needle! You see it? Willard, it is a needle!
What signifies a needle? What signifies a needle? Why has Abigail said this?
Answer the man, Cheever.
Tonight, she sat to dinner, in Reverend Parris's house, sir. And without word nor warning, she falls to the floor like a struck beast, he says, screaming a scream that a bull would weep to hear. And when he goes over to save her, he finds a needle stuck 2 inches in the flesh of her belly. She testified where your wife's familiar spirits stuck it in.
Why, she's done it herself. I hope you're not taking this for proof, Mr. Hale.
Why, it is hard proof. Here I find a poppet that Goody Proctor keeps, and in the belly of the puppet I draw out a needle. I have never warranted to see such proof of hell, and I bid you obstruct me not, for I...
Here now. Mary, how did this poppet come into my house?
What poppet's that, sir?
This poppet! This poppet!
I think it is mine.
It is yours, is it not?
It is, sir.
And how did it come into my house?
I made it in the court today and gave it to Goody Proctor as a present.
What say you now?
Mary Warren,
Meant no harm by it, sir.
You stuck the needle in yourself.
I believe I did.
What say you now? Surely you see it.
child, are you sure this be your natural memory? Maybe, perhaps even now, someone conjures you to say this.
Conjures me? Why, no, I'm entirely myself, I think. Let you ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing it in court. Ask Abby. Abby sat beside me when I made it.
Here now. Bid him out. Your mind is surely settled now.
What signifies a needle?
Mary, you charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail Williams.
Murder? I charge no.
Abigail were found tonight, and needle were stuck into her belly.
And she charges me?
Aye.
What? Why, this girl is a murderer. She must be ripped out of this world.
Ripped out of this world. You heard it, Sir Willie. You heard it.
Out with you.
You dare not touch that warrant.
Out with you.
You ripped the deputy governor's
Damn
warrant.
the deputy governor out of my house.
Proctor.
You are broken, minister.
Proctor, if she is innocent, the court is...
If she is innocent, why do you never wonder if Abigail be innocent or Mr. Paris? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born this morning as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are what we always were in Salem, but now the little crazy children are jangling the keys of the kingdom. And common vengeance writes the law. This warrants vengeance! And I will not give my wife to vengeance.
John, I think I must go.
You will not go.
John, I have 9 men outside. You cannot keep her. The law binds me, John. I cannot budge.
You will see her taken.
Proctor, the court is just...
Pontius Pilate, God will not let you wash your hands of this.
John, I need to go. Mary, help Mr. Proctor as if you were his daughter. You owe me that, and much more. When the children wake, speak nothing of witchcraft, it'll frighten them.
I will bring you home. I will bring you home soon.
Oh, bring me soon!
I will fall like an ocean on my court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
I will fear nothing. Tell the children I've gone to visit someone sick.
Willard, don't chain her. Damn you, man, you will not chain her.
And yet, silent minister, it is fraud. You know it is fraud. What keeps you, man?
Willard, I will surely pay you. I will surely pay you.
In God's name, John, I must chain them all. Now let you keep inside this house until I am gone.
Mr. Proctor.
Out of my sight.
Charity, Proctor, charity. What I've heard in her favor, I will not fear to testify in court. God help me, I cannot judge her guilty nor innocent. I know not. Only this consider. The world goes mad, and it profit nothing for you to lay the cause to the vengeance of a little girl.
You are a coward now. Though you be ordained in God's own tears, you are a coward now.
Proctor, I cannot think God be provoked so grandly by such a petty cause. The jails are packed, our greatest judges sit in Salem now, and hangings promise. Think on cause, man, and let you help me to discover it. For there's your way, believe it. There's your only way when such confusion strikes upon the world. Let you counsel among yourselves. Think on your village what may have drawn from heaven such thundering wrath upon you all. We shall pray God open up our eyes.
John, I never heard no murder done in Salem.
Leave me, Francis. Leave me.
John, tell me, are we lost?
Go now, Giles. We'll speak on it tomorrow.
I'll let you think on it. We'll come early, eh?
Aye. Go now, Giles.
Good night, then.
Mr. Proctor, very likely they'll let her go if they're given proper evidence.
You will be coming to the court with me, Mary.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
You will tell the court what you know and how that puppet come into this house.
I cannot! She'll kill me for saying it. Abby will charge lechery on you.
She's told you.
I've known it, sir. She'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good. Then her saintliness is done. We will slide together into our pit. You will tell the court what you know.
I cannot. They'll turn on me.
My wife will never die for you. I will bring your guts into your mouth, but that goodness will not die for me.
I cannot do it!
Make your peace with it. Now hell and heaven grapple on our backs. Make your peace with it. Peace, it is a providence and no great change. We are what we always were, but naked. I naked. And God's wind, God's icy wind, will blow. Goes to trial in the morning, Abigail.
Your wife?
Surely you knew.
I do remember it now. How is she well?
As well as she may be 36 days in that place.
You said she came friendly.
She will not be condemned, Abigail.
You brought me for my bed to speak of her?
I come to tell you what I will do in the court tomorrow. If you do not free my wife, I am set and bound to ruin you.
How? Ruin me?
You know what you do. You're not so mad. I rocky proof in documents that you knew that puppet were none of my wives. That you yourself bade Mary Warren stab the needle.
I bade Mary Warren.
You know what you do. You are not so bad.
Oh, hypocrites. Have they won you too, John? Why? Why do you let them send you?
I warn you, Abby.
They send you. They steal your
I
honesty.
found my honesty.
No, this is your wife, pleading. Your civil, envious wife. This is Rebecca's voice. This is Martha Corey's voice. You are no hypocrite.
I will prove you for the fraud you are.
And when they ask you why Abigail would do such a murderous deed, what will you tell them?
I will tell them why.
What will you tell? Will you confess to fornication in the court?
If you will have it so, I will tell them. If you can still hear this. Can you hear? You will tell the court you are blind to spirits. You cannot see them anymore. And if you ever cry witchery again, I will make you famous for the whole year.
Never in this world. I know you, John, and you are in this moment singing secret hallelujahs that your wife will hang.
You mad, you murderous bitch!
Oh, how hard it is when pretense falls. But it falls, and it falls. You have done your duty by her, and I hope it is your last hypocrisy. I pray you will come to me with sweeter news now that your duty's done. Good night, John. Fear not. I will save you tomorrow.
Now, Martha Corey, there's abundant evidence in our hands to prove that you've given yourself to the reading of fortunes. Do you deny it?
I am innocent to a witch. I know not what a witch is.
How do you know then that you are not a witch?
If I were, I would know it.
Why do you hurt these children?
I do not hurt them. I scorn it.
I have evidence for the court. You will keep your seat.
Thomas Putnam is reaching out for land.
Remove that man, Marshal.
You're hearing lies, lies.
Arrest him, Excellency.
I have evidence. Why will you not hear my evidence? Hands off me, damn you, let me go.
Giles!
Out of my way, Willard, I have evidence.
You cannot go in there, Giles. It is a court.
Pray be calm a moment.
Mr. Hale, go in there and demand I
A
speak.
moment, sir, a moment.
They'll be hanging my wife.
How dare you put ruin into this court? Have you gone daft, Corey?
You're not a Boston judge at Haythorne. You will not call me daft.
Who is this man? Giles Corey, sir. The more contentious man.
I am asked the question, and I am old enough to answer it. My name is Corey, Sarah Giles Corey. I have 600 acres in timber in addition. It is my wife you'll be condemning now.
And how do you imagine to help her cause with such contemptuous riot? Now be gone. Your old age alone keeps you out of jail for this.
They're telling lies about my wife, sir.
Then you take it upon yourself to determine what this court shall believe and what it shall set aside.
Your Excellency, we mean no disrespect.
Disrespect, indeed. It is disruption, mister. This is the highest Supreme Court of the government in its province. Do you know it?
I only said she were reading books, sir, and then they come and take her out of my house.
What books?
It is my third wife, sir. And I never had no wife to be so taken with books, do you see? And I only thought to find the cause of it, but it were no witch I blamed her for. I broke charity with the woman, I broke charity with her.
Excellency, he offers hard evidence for his wife's defense. I think in all justice you must...
Then let him submit his evidence in proper affidavit. You are certainly aware of our procedure here, Mr. Hale. Clear this room. Come down, Giles.
We are desperate, sir. We come 3 days now and still cannot be heard.
Who is this?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
His wife's Rebecca that were condemned this morning.
Indeed. I'm amazed to find you in such uproar. I have only good report of your character, Mr. Nurse.
I think they must both be arrested in contempt, sir.
Let you write your plea, and in due time I will.
Your Excellency, we have proof for your eyes. God forbid you shut the truth. The girls, sir, the girls are frauds.
What's that?
We have proof of it, sir. The girls are deceiving you.
This is contempt, sir, contempt.
Peace, Judge Haythorne. Do you know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
I think you must be a wise judge to be what you are, but...
And you do know that near to 400 are in the jails from Marblehead to Lynn and upon my signature. And 72 condemned to hang by that signature.
Excellency, I never thought to say it to such a weighty judge, but you are being deceived.
Mary Ward, what are you about here?
She would speak with the deputy governor, sir.
Did you not tell me Mary Ward was sick in bed?
She were, Your Honor. When I got to fetch her to the court last week, she said she were sick.
She's been striving with her soul all week, Your Honor. She comes now to tell the truth to you.
Who is this?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Your Excellency. This man is mischief.
I think you must hear this girl, sir.
Please, Mr. Hale. What would you tell us, Mary Ward?
She never saw no spirits, sir.
Never saw no spirits.
Never.
She is signed a deposition.
No, I accept no depositions. Tell me, Mr. Proctor, have you given the story out in the village?
We have not.
He's come to overthrow this court, Your Honor. I pray you, Mr. Harris. Mr. Proctor, do you know that the entire contention of the state in these trials is that the voice of heaven is speaking through the children?
I do, sir.
And you, Mary Ward, how came you to cry out people for sending their spirits against you?
They were pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
They were pretense, she says.
And the other girls. Susanna Walcott and the others, they are also pretending.
I, sir.
Indeed. Now, before I decide whether I shall hear you or not, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here. It melts down all concealment. Are you certain, in your conscience, mister, that your evidence is undoubtedly the truth?
Yes, sir, and you will surely know it.
I take it you came to declare this revelation in open court before the public.
I thought I would, with your permission, sir.
Now, sir, what is your purpose in so doing?
Why, I would free my wife, sir.
There lurks nowhere in your heart, nor hidden in your spirit, any desire to undermine this court.
No, sir.
I will tell you straight, mister. I have seen marvels in this court. I have seen people choked before my eyes by spirits. I have seen them stuck by pins and slashed by daggers. I have, until this moment, not the slightest reason to suspect that the children may be deceiving me. Do you understand my meaning?
Excellency, does it not strike upon you that so many of these women had such upright reputations?
Do you read the gospel, Mr. Proctor?
I read the gospel.
I think not, for you should surely know that Cain were an upright man, yet he did kill Abel.
Yes, but who tells us Rebecca Nurse murdered 7 children by setting her spirit out on them? It is the children only, and this one will swear she lied to you.
Judge Haythorne.
Aye, she's the one.
Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sent us a claim in which she states that she is pregnant now.
My wife pregnant?
There be no sign of it. We have examined her body.
But if she says she is pregnant, then she must be. That woman will never lie.
She will not.
Never, sir, never.
Mr. Proctor, if I should tell you now that I will let her be kept, say, another month, and if she begin to show her natural signs, she'll have her living yet another year until she's delivered. What say you to that? Come now, you say your only purpose is to save your wife. Good then. She's saved at least this year, and a year is long. Now what say you? It is done now. Will you drop this charge?
I think I cannot.
Then your purpose is somewhat large. He's come to overthrow this court, Your Honor. This man is...
These are my friends. Their wives are also...
I judge you not. Sit down. I am ready to hear evidence. Marshal, go into the court and bid Judge Stout and Judge Sewell recess for 1 hour. Have them go to the tavern if they will. All witnesses and prisoners are to be kept in the building.
Your Honor, if you will forgive me, I've known him all my life. It is a good man, sir.
I'm sure of it, Marshal. Now, what deposition do you have for us, Mr. Proctor? And I beg you be clear, open as the sky and honest.
I come not to hurt the court, so...
The pure in heart need no lawyers. Proceed as you will.
Will you read this first, sir? It's sort of a testimony. The people signing it declare their good opinion of Martha Corey, my wife, and Rebecca Nurse.
Their good opinion?
These are all landholding farmers, covenant, Christian people, members of the church. If you'll notice, sir, the people signing it have known the women many years and swear they never saw no sign of dealing with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
Mr. Danforth, I gave them all my word no harm will come to them for signing this.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Is every defense an attack upon the court? Can no one...
All innocent and Christian people are happy for the courts in Salem. These people are gloomy for it. And I think you would like to know from each and every one of them what discontents them with you.
I think they ought to be examined, sir.
It's not necessarily an attack, I think, yet.
These are all covenanted Christians, sir.
Then I'm sure they have nothing to fear. Mr. Cheever, have warrants drawn for all of these. Arrest for examination. Now, what other evidence do you have for us, Mr. Proctor? You may sit, Mr. Nurse.
I have brought much trouble on these people I have.
No, old man. You have not brought trouble on these people if they are of good conscience. But you must understand, sir, a person is either with this court, or you must be counted against it. There is no road in between. This is a sharp time now, a precise time. We live no longer in the dusky afternoon when evil mixed itself with good and befuddled the world. Now by God's grace, the shining sun is up, and let them that fear not light will surely praise it. I hope you will be one of those. She is not hardy, I see.
No, sir, she is not. Mary, remember what the angel Raphael said to the boy. Do that which is good, and no harm will come to thee.
Come, man, we wait you.
John, my deposition, give him mine.
This is Mr. Corey's deposition.
Oh? What lawyer drew this, Corey?
You know I've never hired no lawyer in my life, Haythorne.
It is very well phrased. My compliments.
Mr. Paris, if Mr. Putnam is in the courts, bring him in. You have no legal training, Mr. Corey.
Why, I have the best, Your Honor. I'm 33 times in court in my life, and always plaintiff too.
Oh, then you're much put upon.
I am never put upon. I know my rights, and I will have them. You know your father tried a case of mine 35 years ago, I think.
Indeed.
He never spoke to you of it.
No, I cannot recall it.
That's strange. He gave me £9 damages. You are a fair judge, your father. You see, I had a white mare, and this fellow came to borrow the white mare, and there he is.
Mr. Putnam, I have here an accusation by Mr. Corey against you. He states you coldly prompted your daughter to cry out witchery upon George Jacobs, who is now in jail.
It is a lie!
Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say you to that?
A fart on Thomas Putnam, that's what I say.
What proof do you submit for your charge, sir?
The proof is there. If Jacobs hangs for a witch, he forfeits up his property. That's law. And Willie Putnam has so great the coin to buy up a piece that large. He's killing his neighbors for their land.
But proof, sir, proof!
The proof is there. I heard it from an honest man who heard Putnam say it. The day his daughter cried out on Jacobs, she said he'd given him a fair gift of land.
And the name of this man?
What name?
The man that gave you this information.
I cannot give you no name.
And why not?
You know well why not. He'll lay in jail if I give his
This is
name.
contempt of the court, Mr. Danforth.
You will surely tell us his name.
I cannot give you no name, sir. I mentioned my wife's name once and I'll burn in hell long enough for it.
In that case, I have no choice but to arrest you for contempt of this court, mister. Do you know that?
This is a hearing. You cannot clap me for contempt of a hearing.
Oh, it is a proper lawyer. Do you wish me to declare this court in full session here, or will you give me good reply?
I cannot give you no name, sir. I cannot.
You are a foolish old man. Mr. Cheever, begin the record. This court is now in session. I ask you, Mr. Corey.
He's told the story in confidence, sir.
The devil lives on such confidences. Without confidences, there could be no conspiracy, Your Honor.
I think it must be broken, sir.
Old man, if your informant tells the truth, let him come here openly like a decent man. But if he hides in anonymity, I must know why. Now the central church and government demand you the name of he who reported Mr. Thomas Putnam a common murderer.
Excellency,
Mr. Hale.
we cannot blink it anymore. There is a prodigious fear of the court in this country.
There is a prodigious guilt in this country. Are you afraid to be questioned here?
I may only fear the Lord, sir, but there's fear in the country nevertheless.
Reproach me not with the fear of the country. There is fear in this country because there is a moving plot to topple Christ in this country.
But it doesn't follow that everyone accused is part of it.
No uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None. Mr. Corey, you are under arrest for contempt of this court. Now sit you down and take counsel with yourself, or you will be set in the jail until you decide to answer all questions.
I'll punch you.
The devil! The devil is in this man! The devil!
Say nothing more, John. He's like blaming me. He's hang us all!
This is a court of law, Mr. Olive. No effrontery here.
Peace, Giles. We will prove it all now. Mary, you cannot weep. Remember what the angel Raphael said to the Lord. Hold to it now. There is your rock. This is Mary Warren's deposition. I would ask you to remember, while you read it, that until 2 weeks ago, she were no different than any of the other children are today. You saw her scream, she howled, she swore familiar spirits choked her. She even swore that Satan, now in the form of women in jail, testified, and they were sent to take her soul, and when she refused...
We know all this.
Aye, sir. But she swears now that her friends are lying.
Excellency, a moment, sir. I think this goes to the heart of the matter.
It surely does.
I cannot say he's an honest man. I know him very little. But in all justice, sir, a claim so weighty cannot be argued by a simple farmer. I pray you, send him home and let him come again with a lawyer.
Now look you, Mr. Hale.
Excellency, I have signed 72 death warrants. I'm a minister of the Lord. I dare not take a life without there be no proof so immaculate. No slightest qualm of conscience may doubt it.
Mr. Hale, you surely do not doubt my justice.
I have this morning signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurse. I'll not conceal it. I tell you true, sir, my hand shakes here with a wound. I pray you, this argument, let lawyers present to you.
Mr. Hale, for a man of such terrible learning you are most bewildered, I hope you will forgive me. I have been 32 years at the bar, and I should be confounded were I called upon to defend these people. Let you consider it now, and I bid you all do likewise. In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls up witness to prove his innocence. But witchcraft is so, ipso facto on its face and by nature, an invisible crime. Now we cannot hope the witch will accuse herself, granted. Then we must rely upon her victims, and they do testify. The children certainly do testify. As for the witch, none will deny that we are most eager for their confessions, and then what is left for a lawyer to bring out? I think I have made my point clear, have I not?
This child claims the girls are not truthful. If they're not truthful, then...
And that is exactly what I am about to consider here. What more may you ask of me unless you doubt my providence?
I surely do not, Excellency. Let you consider it then.
And let you put your heart to rest. Her deposition, Mr. Proctor.
I should like to question...
Mr. Parrish, I bid you be silent. Sit you down. Mr. Proctor, you sit there. Mr. Cheever, go into the court and bring the children here. Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor threatened you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
Then you mean to tell me you sat in my court, callously lying when you knew people would hang by your evidence? Answer me!
I did, sir.
How were you instructed in your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars, or is it now that you lie?
No, sir. I'm with God now.
You are with God now.
Aye, sir.
I will tell you straight. You're either lying now, or you were lying in the court. And in either way, you have committed perjury, and you will go to jail for it. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary. Do you know that?
I cannot lie no more. I'm with God now. I'm with God.
Ruth Putnam is not in this court, sir, nor the other children.
These will be sufficient. Sit you down, children. Your friend, Mary Warren, has given us a deposition, in which she swears she never saw familiar spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She claims as well that none of you have seen these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law. The law based upon the Bible, and the Bible writ by Almighty God forbid the practice of witchcraft and ascribe death as the penalty thereof. But likewise, children, the law and Bible damn all liars and bearers of false witness. Now then, it does not escape me that this deposition may have been devised to blind us. It may well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract our sacred purpose. If so, her neck will break for it. But if she speak true, then I bid you drop your guile and confess your pretense, for a quick confession will go easier with all of you. Abigail Williams rise. Is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Now, children, a very agar bit will turn into your souls until your honesty is proved. Will either of you change your positions now, or do you force me to hard questioning?
I have not to change, sir. She lies.
You would still go on with this?
Aye, sir.
A puppet were discovered in Mr. Proctor's house, stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren claims you sat beside her in the court when she made it, and saw how she herself stuck her needle into it for safekeeping. What say you?
It is a lie, sir.
While you worked for Mr. Proctor, did you ever see any puppets in that house?
Goody Proctor always kept puppets.
Your Honor, my wife never kept no puppets.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Cheever,
when I spoke with Goody Proctor in that house, she said she never kept no puppets. But she did say she kept puppets when she were a girl.
Your Honor, my wife has not been a girl these 15 years.
But a puppet will keep 15 years, will it not?
It will keep if it is kept, but Mary Warren confesses she never saw no puppets in my house, nor anyone else.
Why could there not have been puppets hid where no one ever saw them?
There might also be 2 golden candlesticks in my house, but no one ever saw them.
We are here, Your Honor, precisely to discover what no one has ever seen.
Mary,
Mr. Proctor, you are charging Abigail Williams with a marvelous, cool plot to murder. Do you understand that?
I do, sir. I believe she means to murder.
This child would murder your wife.
It is no child, sir. Now hear me. In the light of the congregation, you were twice put out of the meeting house for laughter during prayer.
What's this laughter during?
Excellency.
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I do not. She's sometimes silly, but she's solemn now.
Aye, she is solemn and goes to hang people.
Quiet, man.
Surely it have no bearing on the question, sir. You charge of contemplation of murder.
Aye, but it strikes hard upon me that she will laugh during prayer. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Mary, tell the governor how you danced in the woods.
Excellency, since I come to Salem, this man has been blackening my name.
In a moment, sir. What is this dancing?
Mr. Proctor,
Abigail led them into the woods, and they have danced there naked.
Excellency.
Mr. Paris leaped in on them and has discovered them there, dead of night. There's the child she is!
Mr. Paris?
I can only say that I never found any of the naked.
You found them dancing in the woods. Abigail.
Excellency, when I first arrived from Beverly, Mr. Paris told me that.
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I do not, but I never saw them naked.
But she have danced.
I.
Excellency, will you permit me?
Pray, proceed.
Mary, you say you never saw no spirits. Were you never threatened or afflicted by any manifest of the devil or the devil's agents?
No, sir.
And yet, when people accused of witchery confronted you in court, you would faint, saying their spirits came out of their bodies and choked you.
It were pretense, sir. I cannot hear you. Pretense.
But you did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times, and your skin were icy. Mr. Danforth, you...
I saw that many times.
She only pretended to faint, Your Excellency. You're all marvelous pretenders.
Then, can she pretend to faint now?
Now,
Why not? No one in this court is accused of witchcraft, so there are no attacking spirits. So let her pretend she's attacked now. Let her turn herself cold now. Let her faint. Faint.
Faint?
Aye, faint, and prove to us how you pretended so many times in the court.
I cannot do it now.
can you not pretend it?
I have no sense for it now. Why? What is lacking now?
I don't know, sir, but
Might it be that here we have no afflicting spirits loose, but in the court there were some?
I never saw no spirits.
Then see no spirits now, and prove to us that you can faint by your own will, as you claim.
I cannot do it.
Then you confess attacking spirits made you to faint. This is a trick to blind the court.
It's not a trick. I only thought I saw spirits, but I did not. Thought you saw them.
Aye, sir, but I did not.
How could you think you saw them unless you saw them?
It were only sport in the beginning, sir. All the girls were crying spirits, and you seemed to believe them. And I never saw any spirits. I only thought I did.
Surely your excellency isn't taken by the simple lie.
Abigail Williams, I bid you search your heart and tell me this, and beware of a child. To God, every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on them that take a life without meaning. Is it possible, child, that these spirits you have seen are illusion only? Some deception that may cross your mind?
Why, this is a base question, sir.
Child, I would have you consider it.
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I have seen my blood running out. I have been near murder every day because I've done my duty pointing out the devil's people, and this is my reward to be mistrusted, denied, questioned by
Child, I do not mistrust you.
Let you beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you be so mighty that the power of hell may not shake your wits. Beware. There is.
What is it, child?
I know not. A wind, a cold wind has come. Abby, your honor, I please.
You're pretending.
Mr. Hale. Very word, you witcher. I say to you, send your spirit out.
You are a lecher.
John, you can't
No,
possibly be...
Francis, it is true. She will deny it, but you will believe me. A man may not cast away his good name. You surely know it.
In what time? In what place?
In the proper place, where my beasts are bedded. 8 months now, sir, it has been 8 months. She used to serve me in my house. And my wife, my dear good wife, she put her out on the high road. And a man may think that God sleeps, but God sees everything. I know that now. My wife, being what she is, she always gave her the benefit of the doubt, but she's a love of vanity, sir. Excellency, forgive me. Forgive me. She thinks to dance with me on my wife's grave, and well she might. For I thought of her softly. God help me, I lusted. And there's a promise in such sweat. But you must see it now. I set myself entirely in your hands. You must see it now. For my wife is innocent, except she know a whore when she see one.
You deny every scrap and tittle of this.
If I must answer that, sir, I believe, and I will not come back in.
You will remain where you are.
She does not deny, Mr. Dvorf. She does not deny it.
Sit you down. Mr. Paris, go into the court and bring me good wife Proctor. And Mr. Paris, do not speak a word of what has been spoken here. Now we shall touch the bottom of this swamp. Your wife, you say, is an honest woman.
In her life, sir, there are them that cannot sing, there are them that cannot weep, but she cannot lie.
And when she put this girl out of your house, she put her out for a harlot.
Aye, sir.
And she knew her for a harlot.
She knew her for a harlot.
Good then. And beware of it, child. For if she say it were harlotry, may God spread his mercy on you. Hold. Stand up and turn your back. Mr. Proctor, you will stand there and you will do likewise. Now neither of you are to turn to face good wife Proctor. No one in this room is to raise a gesture, aye or nay, or speak a single word of what has been spoken here. Enter. Mr. Cheever, report this testimony in all exactness. Are you ready?
Ready, sir.
Come here, woman. You will look in my eyes only, not at your husband, in my eyes only. Good sir. We are given to understand that at one point you dismissed your servant, Abigail Williams. That is true, sir. For what cause did you dismiss her? You will look in my eyes only. The answer is in your memory, and you need no help to give it. Why did you dismiss Abigail Williams? She dissatisfied me and my husband. In what way dissatisfied you? Look at me. Were she slovenly, lazy? What disturbance did she cause? Your Honor, in that time I were a long time sick, and my husband is a good and righteous man. He has never drunk his summer nor wasting his time away at the shovel board, but always at his work. But in my sickness, you see, sir, I were a long time sick after my last baby, and I thought I saw my husband somewhat turning from me, and this girl. Look at me! I, sir, Abigail Williams. What of Abigail Williams? I came to think he fancied her, so one night I lost my wits and I put her out on the high road. Your husband, did he indeed turn from you? My husband is a goodly man, sir. Then he did not turn from you. Look at me! To your own knowledge, has John Proctor committed the crime of lechery? Answer me, is your husband a lecher? Oh, sir. Remove her.
Elizabeth, I've confessed it.
Oh, John!
She only thought to save my name.
Excellency! It is a natural lie to tell. I beg you, stop now before another one is condemned. We can shut our conscience to it no more. Private vengeance is working its way through this testimony. This man has always struck me true. My oath to heaven, this man has always struck me true. I believe him now. I beg you, bring back his wife before he...
She spoke nothing of lechery, and that man lied.
I believe him. This girl has always struck me false. She...
does she see this vision?
You cannot believe them, Excellency.
She sees nothing.
She sees nothing.
Abby, you mustn't.
Abby, you mustn't.
I'm here! I'm here!
I'm here! I'm here!
Mary Warren, draw back your spirit out of them. Mr. Danforth!
Mr. Danforth!
Have you seen the devil? Have you?
Never!
Why can they only repeat you?
Give me a whip, I will stop it!
They're sporting!
They're sporting!
A little while ago you were afflicted, now it seems you afflict others. Where did you find this power? I have no power!
I have no power!
Stop!
Stop!
Abby, stop!
Abby, stop!
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 Why did you turn about this past 2 weeks? You have seen the devil, have you not? Tell me now, have you seen the devil? You have seen the devil, you cannot deny it. Have you made a compact with Lucifer?
Mary, God damns all liars.
I cannot hear you. What do you say? You will confess yourself or you will hang.
Mary, God damns all liars.
Do you know who I am, Mary? I say if you are not open with me, you will hang.
Mary, remember what the angel Raphael said to the boy. Do that which is good.
The wings are spreading! Oh, Mary, please don't come down! She's walking the people down!
Mary, you will tell the girl.
Don't touch me!
Mary, how? Don't touch me.
Mary.
You are the devil's man.
Let
I'm not
us
here with
talk.
you anymore.
Mr. Hale.
He bid you do the devil's work.
He come by me every night with a book to sign.
Sign what?
The devil's book? He come with a book?
My name! He wants my name! Come with me to court, he says. I'll kill you if my wife hangs, he says.
Excellency, this child's gone wild.
What are you? You're combined with Antichrist, are you not? I have seen your power, mister, and you will not deny it.
I'll not hang with you anymore. I love God. I praise God. Abby, I'll not hurt you anymore.
Mr. Proctor, will you confess yourself now? You are befouled with hell, are you not? Will you confess yourself now, or will you keep that black allegiance yet? What say you?
I say, God is dead!
Hear it!
A fire is burning! I hear the moon of Lucifer. I see his filthy face, and it is my face, and yours, Danforth. For them that quail to bring men out of ignorance. As I have quailed, it is you quail now, when you know, in all your black of hearts, that this be fraud. God damns our kind. God damns our kind especially, and we will burn. We will burn together.
Marshal, take him and Corey with him to the jail.
I denounce these proceedings! I denounce these proceedings! I quit this court!
You are pulling heaven down and raising up a whore.
Mr. Hale! Mr. Hale!
Sarah, wake up. Sarah Good, Tituba.
Your Majesty, I'm coming! I'm coming! Tituba, he's here!
Go to the north cell. This place is wanted now.
That don't make me the Majesty. They make me the Marshal.
Get along with you now. Clear this place.
Oh, was that you, Marshal? I could have sworn you'd be the devil coming for us. Could I have a sip of cider for me going away?
And where are you off to, Sarah?
Oh, we have to do Barbados when the devil gets here with the feathers and the wings.
I'm not.
Oh, it's gonna be a great transformation, Marshal.
A pair of bluebirds winging southernly, just the two of us. Oh, it'd be a grand transformation, Marshal!
You'd best give me that, or you'll never rise off the ground again.
I can speak to him if you desire to come along, Marshal.
I'd not refuse it, Tituba. It'd be a proper morning to fly into hell.
He ain't no heaven, Barbados. The devil him be pleasure man in Barbados. Him be singing and dancing. You folks around here rile him up. It's too cold down here for our boy. But in Barbados, he's just as sweet. Sarah! Let's hit him, Sarah! I'm here, Majesty! I'm here!
The deputy governor's arrived.
Come along, come along.
No, he coming for me. I'm going home.
That ain't Satan. It's just a poor old cow
will. Come along now. Out with you.
No, take me home, devil, take me home.
I'm going to, Tetra. Now you tell him Sarah Good is going to.
Oh, good morning, Majesty. Where is Mr. Paris?
I'll fetch him.
Marshal, when did Reverend Hale arrive? It were toward midnight, I think.
What is he about here?
He goes among them that will hang, sir, and he prays with them. He sits with Biddy Nurse now, and Mr. Paris with him.
Indeed, that man has no authority to enter here. Marshal, why do you let him in?
Why, Mr. Paris command me, sir. I cannot deny him.
Marshal, are you drunk?
No, sir, it is a bitter night, and I have no fire here.
There's a prodigious stench in this place.
I've only now cleared out the people for you.
Beware a hard drink, Marshal.
Aye, sir.
Let you question Hale, Excellency. I've not been surprised you've been preaching to Andover lately.
Indeed, we'll get to that. Speak nothing of Andover. Paris prays with him, that's strange.
I think Paris has a mad look these days.
Mad.
I met him this morning coming out of his house. I bid him good morning, and he wept and went his way. I think it is not well that the village is so steady.
Perhaps he may have some sorrow.
I think it'd be the cows, sir.
The cow.
There be so many cows wandering the high roads lately, and much disagreement to who they'll belong to now that their masters are in jail. I know Reverend Paris be arguing with them all yesterday because of it. There's a great contention with the cows, sir. Roy is a man that weep for contention. Contention make him weep.
Good morning, Your Excellency. Thank you for coming. I beg your pardon waking you so early. Good morning, Judge Haythorne.
Reverend Hale have no right to enter.
Excellency, a moment. Do you leave him alone with the prisoners?
What's his business here?
It is a providence. Reverend Hale has returned to bring Rebecca Nurse to God.
Really? Why?
Hear me. She have not given me word this 3 months, and now he sits with her, and her sister, and Martha Corey, and 2 or 3 others, and he begs to confess their crimes and save their lives.
Why, this is indeed a providence, and they soften.
Not yet, not yet. But I thought to summon you. There's news that the court must reckon with. My niece, I believe she has vanished.
Vanished?
I thought to alert you of it earlier in the week.
Why?
But
How long is she gone?
this be the 3rd night. Mercy Lewis is gone too.
I will send a party for them. Where may they be?
I believe they be aboard a ship. My daughter heard them talking of ships all last week, and tonight I discovered my strongbox is broken into.
She have robbed you?
31 pound is gone. I am penniless.
Mr. Paris, you are a brainless man.
Excellency! It benefit you nothing you should blame me. I cannot think they would run off, for they fear to keep it Salem since the news of Andover have broken here.
Andover is remedied. The court returns now on Friday and will resume examination.
I am sure of it, but rumor here speaks rebellion in Andover.
There is no rebellion in Andover.
I tell you what is said here. Andover have thrown out the courts. They say it will have no part in witchcraft. There's a faction here feeding on that news, and I tell you true, I fear there will be riot here.
Riots! Why, in every execution I've seen, not but high satisfaction in this
Judge
town.
Haythorne, it were another kind that hanged until now. Rebecca is not some Bridget that lived 3 years with Bishop before marriage. John Proctor's no Isaac Ward that dragged his family to ruin. Let Rebecca stand upon the gibbet and send up some righteous prayer, and I fear she'll make a vengeance on you.
Excellency, she is condemned a witch. The court of...
I pray you. How would you propose then?
I would propose these hangings for a time.
There will be no postponement.
There's hope. Mr. Hale's returned, and I think if he brings even one of these to God, it surely damns the others in the public eye, and none may doubt more than they are all linked to witchcraft. In this way, unconfessed and claiming innocence, doubts are multiplied. Many honest people will weep for them, and their good purpose is lost in their tears.
Chief, give me the list.
It cannot be forgot, sir, that when I summoned the congregation for John Proctor's excommunication, hardly 30 people showed up. That shows a discontent, I think.
There will be no postponement.
Excellency.
Now, Mr. Paris, which of these do you have hope for? I myself will strive with them until dawn.
There is not sufficient time until dawn.
I shall do my utmost. Now, which of these do you have hope for?
Excellency, a dagger.
What do you say?
This night, when I leave my house, a dagger clattered to the ground. You cannot hang these people. There is danger for me. I dare not to step outside at night.
Accept my congratulations, Reverend Hale. We are gladdened to see you return to your good work.
You must pardon them. They will not budge.
You mistake me, sir. I cannot pardon these, and 12 already hanged for the same crime. It is not just.
Rebecca will not confess.
Excellency, the sun will rise in a few minutes. I need more time.
Now hear me, and beguile yourselves no more. I will not receive a single plea for pardon or postponement. Them that will not confess will hang.
12 are already executed, and the name of these 7 are given out. The village expects to see them die at dawn. Postponement now speaks of floundering on my part. Reprieve or pardon must be cast down upon the names of those that died till now. While I speak God's law, I will not crack its voice with whimpering. If retaliation is your fear, know this. I should hang 10,000 that dare to rise against the law, and an ocean of salt tears could not melt the resolution of the statutes. Now draw yourselves up like men and help me, as you are bound by heaven to do. Have you spoken with them all, Mr. Hale?
All but Proctor is in the dungeon.
Well, what is his way now?
He sits like some great bird. You don't know he lived, except he will take food from time to time.
His wife. His wife must be well on with child now.
She is, sir.
Mr. Paris, what think you? You have better knowledge of this man. Might her presence soften him? It is possible. You have not seen her this 3 months. I should summon her. Is he adamant? Has he struck at you yet?
He cannot, sir. He is chained to the wall now.
Fetch me Goody Proctor, then let you bring him up.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, if you publish to the village that you're striving for confession, that speaks mercy on your part, not faltering.
Mr. Hale, as God have not given me the power like Joshua to stop the sun from rising, I cannot withhold from them the perfection of their punishment.
If you think God wills you to raise rebellion, then you're mistaken, Mr. Danforth.
You've heard rebellion spoken in Salem.
Orphans wander from house to house, abandoned cattle bell on the high road, the stench of rotting crops sing everywhere, and no man knows when the harlot's cry will end his life. And you wonder if rebellion spoken? Benjamin will burn down no province.
Have you preached in Andover?
Thank God that I have no need for me in Andover.
You baffle me, sir. Why have you returned here?
Why, it's all simple. I come to do the devil's work. I come to counsel Christians who should belie themselves. There's blood on my head. Can you not see the blood on my head?
Hush! Goody Proctor, I hope you are hardy. I am yet 6 months before my time. Pray be at your ease. We come not for your life, we. Mr. Hale, will you speak with the woman?
Goody Proctor, your husband is marked hanged this morning.
I have heard it.
Do you know, that I have no connection with this court, that I come my own? For if your husband's life is taken, I count myself as murderer.
What do you want of me?
Goody Proctor, I've gone this 3 months like our Lord into the wilderness. I've sought a Christian way. For damnation doubles on a minister who counsels men to lie.
It is no lie. You cannot speak of lies.
It is a lie! They are innocent!
No more! I'll hear no more of that!
Let you not mistake your duties as I mistook my own. I came to this village like a bridegroom to his beloved, bearing gifts of high religion. The very crowns of holy law I brought, and everything I touched with my bright confidence, it died. And where I turned the eye of my great faith, blood flowed up. Beware, Goody Proctor. Cleave to no faith when faith brings blood. It's a mistaken law that leads you to sacrifice. Life, woman. Life is God's most precious gift. No principle, however glorious, may justify the taking. I beg you, prevail upon your husband to confess. Quail not before God's judgment in this, for it may well be God damns a liar less than he who throws his life away for pride.
I think that be the devil's argument, sir.
Woman, before the laws of God, we are swine. We cannot read his will.
I cannot dispute with you. I lack the learning for it. Goody Proctor, you are not summoned here for disputation. Be there no wifely tenderness within you. He will die with the sunrise, your husband. Do you understand it? Will you content with him? Are you stoned? I tell you now, had I no other evidence of your unnatural life, your dry eyes now would be sufficient evidence that you sent your soul to hell. Have the devil dried up any tear of pity in you? Take her out. It profit nothing. She should speak with him. Let me speak with him, Excellency. You'll strive with him? Will you plead for his confession, or will you not? I promise nothing. Let me speak with him.
Pray leave them, Excellency.
Mr. Proctor, you have been notified, have you not? I see light in the sky, mister. Let you counsel with your wife, and may God help you turn your back on hell. God lead you now. You've been chained?
I, the child.
It grows.
There is no word of the boys.
They're well. Rebecca Daniel keeps them.
You've not heard from them?
I have not.
You are a marvel, Elizabeth. They come for my life now.
I know it.
None have yet confessed.
There be many confessed.
Who are they?
Isaiah Goodkind is one. Goody Bylard is one. There be many.
Rebecca?
Not Rebecca. She has 1 foot in heaven now. Naught may hurt her more.
And Giles?
You have not heard of it?
I hear nothing where I am kept.
Giles is dead.
When were he hanged?
He were not hanged, for he did not answer aye or nay to his indictment. For if he denied the charge, they'd hang him surely and auction off all his property. So he stood mute and died Christian under the law. For he could not be condemned a wizard unless he answer aye or nay to his indictment.
Then how does he die?
They press him, John.
Press?
Great stones they laid upon his chest until he plead aye or nay. They say he gave him but 2 words, more weight than died.
More weight.
I were a fearsome man, Giles Corey.
I've been thinking I would confess to them. What say you if I give them that?
As you will, I would have it.
What would you have me do?
Want you living, John, that's for sure.
Giles' wife, has she confessed?
She will not.
It is a pretense, Elizabeth.
What is?
I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint, for it is a fraud. I am not that man. My honesty is broke, Elizabeth. I am no good man. Nothing spoiled by giving them such a lie that were not long rotten before.
And yet you've not confessed till now that speak goodness in you.
Spite. Spite only keeps me silent. It is hard to give such a lie to dogs. I would have your forgiveness, Elizabeth.
It is not for me to give, John. I am entirely.
Let them that never lied die now to save their souls. It is a pretense for me, a vanity that will not blind God nor keep my children out of the way. What say you?
John, it come not that I should forgive you if you'll not forgive yourself. It's your soul, John. Only be sure of that, for I know it now. Whatever you do is as a good man does it. I have read it in my heart this 3 months. I have sins of my own account and need a cold wife to talk.
Enough, enough.
Better you should know me.
I'll not hear it, I know you.
You take my sins upon you, John.
No, I take my own.
I counted myself plain in so many ways. So poorly made, no honest love could have come to me. Suspicion kissed you when I did. I never knew how to say my love. It were a cold house I kept.
What say you, Proctor? The sun is up soon.
Do what you will, but let none be your judge. There be no higher judge under heaven than Proctor is. Forgive me, John. Forgive me. I never knew such a goodness in the world.
I want my life.
You'll confess yourself?
I will have my life.
God be praised, it is a providence. Proctor will confess. He will confess. He will confess.
Why do you cry it? It is evil, is it not? It is evil.
I cannot judge you, John. I cannot.
Then who will judge me? God in heaven, what is John Proctor? What is John Proctor? I think it is honest. I think so. I am no saint. Let Rebecca go like a saint. For me, it is fraud. Would you give them this? Would you give them this? Say it. Would you give them this? No, you would not. If tongues of fire were singeing you, you would not. It is evil. Good then, it is evil, and I do it.
Praise be to God, man. Praise be to God. You shall be blessed in heaven for this. Now then, let us have it. Mr. Cheever, are you ready?
Why must it be read?
Why, for the good instruction of the village, sir. This shall be posted upon the church door. Where is the marshal?
Well, in a hurry.
Now then, will you speak slowly and directly to the point for Mr. Cheever's sake? Tell me, Mr. Proctor, have you seen the devil in your life? Come, man, take courage. There is light in the sky. The town waits at the scaffold. I would give out this news. Did you see the devil?
I did.
Praise God. And when he came to you, what were his demands? Did he bid you do his work upon the earth?
He did.
And you bound yourself to his service?
I did.
Oh, Rebecca Nurse, come in, woman.
John, you are well then, eh?
Come, man, take courage. Let her witness your good example that she may come to God herself. Tell me, Mr. Proctor, did you bind yourself to the devil's service?
I did.
Why, John.
Now, woman, you see a surely profit nothing to keep this conspiracy any further. Will you confess yourself with him?
Oh, John, may God send his mercy upon you.
Take her out.
I say, will you confess yourself, goody nurse?
Why, it is a lie, it is a lie. Come here, I damn myself. I cannot.
Mr. Proctor, when the devil came to you, did you ever see this woman with him? Come, man, take courage. Did you ever see goody nurse with the devil?
No.
Did you ever see her sister, Mary Eastview, with the devil?
No, I did not.
Did you ever see Martha Corey with the devil?
I did not.
Did you ever see anyone with the devil?
I did not.
You mistake me, mister. I am not empowered to trade your life for a lie. You've certainly seen some person with the devil. A score of people have already testified they saw this woman with the devil.
Then it is proved. Why must I say it?
Why must you say it? Why you should rejoice to say it if your soul is purged of any love for hell.
They think to go like saints. I like not to spoil their names.
You think they go like saints? I think you misunderstand your duty here, Mr. Proctor. It matters nothing what she thought. She's convicted of the unnatural murder of children, and you for sending your spirit out upon Mary Warren. Your soul alone is the issue here, and you will prove its whiteness, or you will not live in a Christian country. Now tell me, Mr. Proctor, what persons conspired with you in the
I
devil's
speak my own sins. I cannot judge another.
Exorcism.
I have no tongue for it.
It's enough. He confesses himself. Let him sign it. Let him sign
It
it.
is a great service, sir. It is a weighty name. I beg you, let him sign it. The sun is up, Excellency. Come then. Sign your testimony, Mr. Cheever. Come, man, sign it. Praise be to the Lord. If you please, sir.
No.
Mr. Proctor, I must have...
No. You've seen me. It is done. You have no need for this.
Proctor, the village must have proved...
Damn the village! I confess myself. God sees my name on this. It is enough.
It is not enough, mister.
I have finished it. It is enough.
No, sir, but you have not yet confessed.
I have confessed myself. Is it no good penitence but it to be public? God does not need my name nailed upon the church. God sees my name. God knows how black my sins are.
Mr. Proctor.
I am no Sarah Good or Tituba. I am John Proctor. It is no part of salvation that you should use me.
Mr. Proctor, I do not wish to use...
I have 3 children. How am I to teach them to walk like men in the world, and I've sold my friends?
You have not sold your
You
friends.
beguile me not. I blacken all of them the very day this hangs, when they hang for silence.
Mr. Proctor, I think you mistake this. I must have good and legal proof that
You are the High Court. Your word is good enough. Tell them whatever you want. Say I confessed it. Tell them that Proctor broke to his knees and wept like a woman. Say what you will, but my name cannot.
It is the same, is it not? If I report to her, if you sign it.
No. What others say and I sign is not the same.
Mr. Proctor, you must give me your honest confession in my hand. You misunderstand what is going on here, sir. Now you must explain to me why will you not let me have...
Because it is my name! Because I cannot have another in my life! Because I lie and sign myself to lies. Because I'm not worth the dust on the feet of them that hang. How may I live without my name? I've given you my soul. Just please, leave me
me my name!
Is that document a lie? If it is a lie, then I cannot accept it. I will not deal in lies, mister. Come now, you will give me your honest confession in my hand, or I cannot keep you from the rope. Which way do you go?
Proctor! Proctor!
Manuel, now you'll hang!
I can. That I can. For now I see some shred of goodness in John Proctor.
Let you pray. There's another judgment that awaits us all.
Hang them! High over the town! Whoever waits for these, waits for corruption. Take them!
Give them no fear. Show them a heart of stone and sink them with it. Go to him, goody Proctor. There is yet time. Proctor! Proctor!
Woman, it is pride, it is vanity. Be his helper. What profit him to bleed? Shall the dust praise him? Shall the worms declare his truth? Go to him. Take his shame away.
He hath his goodness now. God forbid I take it from him.